street shit, man. We on the back streets with your girl Cole, man. We got the homie. Well, I don't even want to say homie. I want to say a legend, man. I'm gonna say 10 plus years ago, man, it was a group out of the city, man, out of Hiram, Clarke, to be exact. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. They brought us a hit, man. They even had the legends Gucci and Mike Jones on that shit, man. But 1/5, 4th, 3rd. How many was in the group?
5.
1/5 of Young Problemz, but man, he came back. Still here 2020, man, the homie JUSTO FLEXX. I appreciate you first and foremost for rocking with me, but you let everybody know who you is, where you from, and what you got coming.
What's good, man? It's your boy JUSTO FLEXX, man, from Hiram, Clarke. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we pushing the ugly truth. That's my first solo project, probably since 05 when I was putting the shit on CDs with the label and shit. So,
man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's
did you start off as JUSTO FLEXX or was it just JUSTO?
No, it was just JUSTO.
Okay.
I got that name from my partner Baby J, R.I.P. to him, back in like that dialing. We were freestyling, you know what I'm saying? I used to try to call myself Kane after watching Mr. Society, but it never stuck. You know what I'm saying? So we was freestyling in the cafeteria one day, and he was like, "Son, Mr. Baby J in the JUSTO," and that's just kind of where that shit came from. So I've been JUSTO ever since.
Okay, JUSTO ever since. How long did you get your start in music?
Man, I think I started rapping in 96. Really, like I wrote my first rap. You know what I'm saying? On paper, it was called "Coming Down Crunk." 96. You know what I'm saying? And then after that. What's crazy was I don't even think I'd be rapping if my old man would have never like put me back in the 6th grade. Cause he put me back in the 6th grade, and when he put back in the 6th grade, like I had a partner named Chris. He put me on screw tapes back then. You know what I'm saying? Dubs and shit. So that's where the freestyling came from. And then when I got back in the 6th grade, that's when I met Baby J. He was the nigga. He was the rapper at school. He was the nigga freestyling and whoop de whoop. Okay. So that's where I started actually just rapping it. But it wasn't until probably after high school, or during, maybe right after high school was when I first put out my first project, you know what I'm saying? So that's how they went. Okay, and so you started off solo, or did the group come first? How did I was solo. Okay. So the group shit came from, okay, so I don't know if you're familiar with G&B. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Gary. Okay, so Gavin and B-Dun, them like my partners for years, like 20 years. Yeah. Gavin was the nigga, G-Lug was the nigga in school that had the studio in high school. Okay. Everybody went to record it. LaToya's brother. Yeah, so that's how me and Chico and other people came out, because we would cross paths in that studio. And me and Chico, we are from the same name, we are from GI in the club. So, GI, what's that? Glen Iris. Glen Iris, yeah, okay. You know I done heard that on, man, shout out to the legend down in Houston. I done heard that so much on that podcast. Yeah. Get real quick, what was it like coming up out there to Clarke? I know you said something on your post about the rich courage. You said, like you said about GI. What was like just growing up on that side of town? Man, I mean, it was like any other hood, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I talk about the Crest a lot, because that was the projects in Clarke, you know what I'm saying? But it was your average, niggas outside. This was before technology, so niggas outside riding bikes, hooping, fighting, the regular typical shit. You know what I'm saying? You had some niggas that was selling drugs at a young age, same shit. Okay. So in my situation, I was blessed to have both parents, but a lot of my niggas didn't. So a lot of the shit that I learned, I didn't understand until I got a little older how it is to have a one-home parent, but it's just a mama, and they ain't got no daddy. But this is my partner, so I'm hanging with him, so I'm kind of feeding into the shit he doing, even though I got parents at the house. So even having the parents still growing up in that environment, was it still kind of, because like I said, we not with our parents 24/7. Like I said, you got kids yourself, so they get 16, 17. We just really don't know. But like having two parents, did it keep you from a lot of shit growing up out there? I had the knowledge, but peer pressure's still a motherfucker. So even though I know not to do this, but shit, I'm with my niggas and we out here and niggas are selling weed 3 for 10 and 5 for 20 and all this type of shit. So of course I'm trying to get some money and all that type of shit. But it was like I always had that conscience of these my niggas, but I really shouldn't be doing this. I know I got people at the house that's gonna really be fucked up about this. You know what I'm saying? I had niggas that really didn't have a daddy, so it was like they mama always at work, so they fitting for themselves type shit. And these was my partner. So at the end of the day, still like I say, somehow like J. Cole said, like shit, sometimes the niggas down the street got it fucked up than we do got at home, and we be so ungrateful and shit. Not really, cause we in the hood, but shit, them niggas don't even got no daddy or mama. Okay, I feel it. Who were some of the inspirations, people you looked up to as far as to make you start doing this rap shit? When I first started off, of course, it was always Screwed Up FLEXX. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, Fat Packy, the whole roster. It wasn't until I'm gonna say 19th grade when I got real cool with G Love, and we was in his car, and he was the nigga that really he wasn't really jamming a lot of H-Time. He was jamming the East Coast, the Midwest shit. Okay. And he cut on Eminem. It was the Marshall Mathers LP. And at this time, I'm really just starting to learn how to rap. So one thing he used to always tell me was, you need to work on expressive rapping with emotion. You just rapping, you know what I'm saying? But I just started rapping, so I ain't know. Okay. And there was a song Eminem got called Kim. When he killing his wife.
Bitch, you did the song.
And that shit, it fucked me up. Yeah. I was like, bro, who the fuck this? Right. And from that point, I started like venturing out listening to the East Coast, the Midwest, and all that type of shit. And so that's when my other influences for Eminem was like always kind of like one of my favorite rappers around. He still is, you know what I'm saying? I actually argue with niggas about that to this day about that shit.
Cause man, me too. I swear we could be partners in real life. Cause people try to get Eminem that like he ain't struggle type card or he got that white privilege. I'm like, nigga, don't you know he went through worse shit than some niggas trash mama.
And what I try to explain to niggas is I don't necessarily listen to him for necessarily the shit he went through. Right. I listen to him for the thrill of the shit he says. It's an art to me.
Niggas staying creative, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
man, just going to boy, I got so many. How was y'all able to put Gucci and Mike Jones on that?
Man, that came from the label. Like that song.
Shout the label out real quick.
It was Warner Brothers Asylum. Shout out to Celine.
Y'all listening?
He over at 300 right now, but he was, and also Money Market Toe Jam. But how that even came up was that song was originally just Chico's song. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like we had DJ Chill. Shout out to DJ Chill. He used to be he used to have some tight shit tied in with Ozone at the time. So Chico was at his highs. I never forget. We was at the crib. We was over there. I'm hearing him play with the he listening to a Millie. But at the time I got a little chick house I'm finna go to, so I ain't thinking nothing of it. Right. I come back the next morning, DJ Chill was like, hey man, I don't know what song Chico did last night, but I played it, I ran it 10 times. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, for real, cause he was at the candy shop. So I'm like, cool, so I go turn on the laptop and I hear it, I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? So I go wake Chico, I'm like, damn, this whole jam. He was like, yeah. Shit, just take my second verse off and y'all can just all get on there. Right. And so that's how the song came up. But at the time, we had a song called She Get 100. It was like this is around that time when we as artists, like us as young probably knew we could rap. Right. But we felt like trying to be rapping ass niggas wasn't gonna pay out. So we went the club route. So
wait. What you mean wasn't gonna pay out?
Like as far as like, trying to get heard, trying to put out, like we was pressing up CDs, passing them out, trying to show our lyrical ability or whatever you want to call it, but that shit wasn't working. So I came up with the idea, I was like, man, let's just take whatever song we get and take it out of 18 little clubs and use it every weekend, just get that to pop.
Hit the streets,
and then, you know what I'm saying? So we had a song called She Get 100 at the time, and it kind of gave like that Dallas vibe. And so we had kind of built a rapport with the DJs off of that somewhat. So then when we came with Boy, the DJs that we was somewhat already fucking with just already kind of started playing it because they felt like it was a hit. But then the other DJs were still kind of giving us a hard time too. So after pushing that motherfucker for like, I'm gonna say 9 months, somewhere in between there, that's when Money Mark stepped in and Toe Jam stepped in. Rest in peace to Money Mark, he passed away. He was like the radio plug and Toe Jam was the nigga with the bread. So it was kind of like them together. They had already got a little O on the radio with the Bitch Can't Do It and Fat Pimp with the Rag Daddy and Mr. Wild with his situation. So they kind of just took us under their wing, and then like we said, when the label started calling,
or any regret?
Nah, no regret.
Okay, no regrets. Okay.
That's all of that got me to where I'm at right now.
That we talking about, I know that. So, got to where you at right now, man. Talk about a little bit of the music you've been dropping just over the past year.
Alright, so the Ugly Truth was based on basically not wanting to go back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That club, not saying there's nothing wrong with doing club music, but it was like I seen what that did for me. And then growing up and seeing my peers around me, the music they make, and just studying this music shit, I've realized like I just want to just be myself. I don't want to cap or do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the Ugly Truth came up. That really was a 2-year process of me doing that whole album, because it'd be like I'd be rapping for a minute, and then real life would hit, and I stop, and then have to handle that, and then I come back to that. And it wasn't until 2018 when I finally was like, you know what? This is exactly how I came out of my project. I came up on some bread. My niggas was finna go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Girls going to Miami, get on a cruise and all kind of shit. I had the money to go. I was like, man, I'm gonna go. And I thought about it, I was like, man, fuck this shit, bro. I'm finna put my project out. I was like, if I do this shit right, to build my foundation, I'll be able to go to Miami anytime I want to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna just go to Miami and have fun. We're gonna be able to talk about this shit in the chat for years to come, but I still ain't gonna have no music out. So I took that money, I put it on my project, you know what I'm saying? Paid for videos, all that shit. And so, but I still wasn't there recording it.
Okay.
So it would be like I would be going through shit. Like I got a song called My Job. That song was wrote. I did that song. I didn't record everything in one day. It was like I got into it at work with a nigga. My partner sent me the beat. Shout out to B Clizzy, Slow Coast Production. That's one of the producers on the producers I got on there is G&B, Slow Coast Production, Slow Coast Music. I mean, and Fred on. You know what I'm saying? One of the producers I was working with. He sent me the beat. I walked into my car on my break, and boom, that's when I came up with the hook. I went to the studio, wrote the verse, left it alone. I was like, well, I ain't gonna fuck with it because I ain't got nothing to write about it. And then I ended up getting to it with my supervisor like 2 weeks later.
Okay.
I wrote the other verse, and then I had already had a little voice recording from us getting to it. So that's basically why I took so long to write it, because I wanted it to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the Reggae Trip came up.
Okay.
Even the outro. The outro probably took me literally, no bullshit, maybe 2 months to write, only because it was so much shit I was trying to cram in. I would take this out because it didn't sound right, you know what I'm saying? And the last 16 bars, I was like, I gave myself a deadline. I was like, I'm gonna finish this shit tonight and I'm putting this shit out in 2 weeks. So I ain't even had the last 16 bars. On the way to the studio, I actually wrote that shit in my head and that's how it came out.
I feel that, man. You was real personal on it. You stated that you lack perseverance. Why do you feel that you lack that? Because
I started doing some shit, I'd be hype about it, and I actually started doing it, and then for some reason I just get burnt out, and that's that Gemini shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of our flaws. Like, I legit be working out and lose, like right now, I done lost like 30 pounds in the last 1 or 2. But then it's like, after I lost it, I was like, shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And then I kind of started going back into my old ways, and I had to hit the reset button. So that's just me through life.
Okay.
And that song really was hard for me to work, because I've never been that open on the song, you know what I'm saying?
Because you was real open.
I was real open on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, people had to listen to that shit and listen to me like, oh, that's how you felt, my nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was a real thing for me, so yeah.
What was your favorite song off the project?
I got different favorite songs at different times.
Okay.
I'ma say the Ugly Super Outro is probably one of my favorites because first of all, I don't know if you know where the sample came from. The ugly, that's Bubba Sparks. You know what I'm saying?
From that song,
yeah,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it took me so long to come up with it. I was like, this shit gotta make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The beat came from listening to Drake. What's that? Western Road Flows. Listening to Western Road Flows, it kind of got the same type of beat pattern. I was like, man, it's something missing something. And then I was listening to Bubba Sparks one day, because I still listen to some of their old shit. And I was listening to that and I was like, yeah, that's it. And so that's one of my favorite songs. The intro, that's one of my favorite songs. I Ain't Calling Back is one of my favorite songs. Okay. That verse is from a personal experience. Really, all of it is them kind of like but it'd be at different times. Like, I might like Stretch, Let's Get More, or fucking Narcotics or something. It just depends, you know what I'm saying? Just depend on what mood you in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I feel it. Are you proud of the H-Town music scene right now?
Yeah. I like what's going on with it. My problem, the issue I have with it is trying to find. I have a thing where it's like I want to fit in, but I don't want to fit in. Like I want to fit in to the point to where I'm recognized, but not fit in because I'm trying to sound like y'all.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's the problem with my music. I feel like it's real, but I don't feel like it caters to what the fuck is going on.
The bullshit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I be trying to find the happy medium, you know what I'm saying, to make this shit work.
Start with that line in there.
Yeah.